Flight Sims. Flight Sims. Hi, my name's Jack Dees, and I want to share with you some exciting information about a true passion of mine, flying any one of my many airplanes anywhere in the world I choose, any time of the day or night, under any weather conditions, and without ever leaving the comfort of my home. What am I talking about? I'm talking about Flight Pro Sim. In my opinion, the most realistic flight simulator game available today. In fact, I'm so impressed with this flight sim, I've spent a great deal of time creating a series of videos to review and share the fun and excitement of the many features offered by Flight Pro Sim. And by the way, for what it's worth, I have a degree in physics and math, and over the years I've built multiple businesses in such varied areas as the oil and gas industry, GPS vehicle tracking, insurance, marketing, and online. And I only mention that because I know you realize anyone can make a video these days, and I want you to know there's at least some chance I know what I'm talking about. So follow along with me on this 20 video adventure and see if you don't agree that with over 100 planes to fly, over 20,000 airports, maybe even the one in your hometown to experience, with accurate worldwide scenery based on actual military mapping, Flight Pro Sim is truly one awesome and fun piece of work. It is indeed impressive, and it contains all the features by which any good flight sim game should be measured. Flight Sims. Flight Sims. Joystick. Although Flight Pro Sim works just fine with only a keyboard for controlling flight maneuvers, your enjoyment of the game can be greatly enhanced by adding an appropriate add-on. And if your primary interest is flying WW2 planes or combat flight, you're eventually going to want a joystick or HOTAS, which stands for hands-on throttle and stick. And if you're primarily into general aviation, instead of a joystick, you'll probably want a separate flight simulator controller with a minimum of throttle and mixture and trim control. This is a sample joystick, well, a couple of them. The one on the upper right, the one on the upper left is a little bit different, but it does approximately the same things. And the appropriate joystick will add immensely to the realism of your flight experience if your interest is in combat flight. Just imagine yourself in the cockpit of a World War II German Luftwaffe fighter aircraft. Now imagine how much more realistic your flight will be if you can control your craft with a stick instead of a keyboard. Because you can just kind of imagine the Red Baron flying his plane down with a keyboard. That's not really World War II, but you get the point. HOTAS, H-O-T-A-S, hands-on throttle and stick. A design of a fighter cockpit so that every control switch, button, or trigger the pilot needs to operate, radar, weapons, aircraft controls in combat, is located either on the throttle or on the column, on the throttle column, control column. And you can see some diagrams below, just a couple of setups for the HOTAS. This is something as you get into combat you really do need. You lose a lot of the feel of the game. And again, another example, this is a real-life example instead of a diagram of the HOTAS joystick, and it operates all your critical combat flight controls directly from your stick. Now, how cool is that? And if you're mainly, again, into general aviation, like Piper Cubs and Cessnas and so forth, the HOTAS may not, the joystick may not be as important as a yoke. But gone are the days of using your mouse and keyboard for controlling your aircraft, if you want them to be gone. It's always good to start that way. It's a lot less expensive until you get good at what you're doing and you decide you do want to advance on or take it to the next level. And if you do, now you can purchase just the appropriate joystick or controller that enables you to fly your aircraft without any input on the keyboard or mouse whatsoever. So no input from the keyboard, no input from the mouse. And to find out more about the world's most realistic flight simulator, be sure to view the other 19 videos when this video ends. You'll find them all at the following website, as well as a special offer for an instant download of Flight Pro Sim. That's www.topflightsim.com, topflightsim.com. Flight Sims. So right now, be sure to check out the other videos and a very special offer at www.topflightsim.com. And while you're there, be sure to download any of our informative flight simulator ebooks. They are all free.